Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Fallen Jedi. Um, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, sorry. So, this is my second attempt at recording this because the last time I did this, which was just before dinner, the game decided when I accidentally dropped into the Ogdo cave to just freeze and completely switch itself off. Oh, what's it? So I was so upset because when it reloaded back to the point where I'd got the first essence, echo essence that I needed to scan, and to the point where I had to get all the way back up here. The first time it took me over half an hour. It took me less than 10 minutes to do this the second time round. So when I do this essence sit, I'm going to jump down and I'm going to save it so that if anything should happen again, I ain't going to lose it. Okay, but hopefully we won't. So please bear with me because again I will be following the guides that I've got, and also despite the fact that I've informed my cousin that I am currently recording, um, uh, I'm still being messaged, so I may be required to answer. But hopefully, I will try to limit the how long that takes. Grab this so we can go and save.
Cordova was here. He felt alone, missing his Padawan.
Okay, so when we've done that, we just simply go down here. And whereas I would have actually gone down to the next bit, I can do that in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I want to get back over there to save this bit here because I don't want to have to go through all that again. I think that must have been the was because it was square cake. Yeah, must have come up for that thingy. But let me just meditate so that this bit is saved. Okay, this is more precaution than anything because I don't want to have to go through all that bother of getting up to that bit again. If you do it yourselves, you will find yourselves getting frustrated as well. This is how frustrated I was. I actually put milk in my herbal tea, which I drink for night time to help me sleep. And while it sounds funny now, at the time I like this. I tasted it just to make sure there was no effects to it. Thankfully, it hasn't affected it at all. If anything, the milk we use, which is full fat milk, is got a great source of protein in. So if anything, I've just added a bit of extra protein to my diet. So it, where there was a negative, there actually became a positive out of it. So, anyway, right. Sorry, let me just what's this? Sorry, I'm just responding to my cousin here. But hopefully she's stated, as she's in Australia, stated that she's off to bed now, having watched the Formula One. So I don't think after this message I should be bothered anymore. So don't get me wrong, I do love my cousin. Um, but the other what it is of this is that I am also a family historian for my family. So, you know, due to the fact that they're in Australia, it does mean I am required to now and again give answers to questions that they. Right? So this is what. Right. So this was the direction in which we were going down to. And that was essentially the reason for that is because just here, if you haven't collected it already in your main storyline, this is where you'll get a seed for the terrarium, and then okay. So when you've done that, if you've collected the seeds and you've got the horse jump, then you can just jump back up there, and do is go back up here, and then we're going to go up here, where at this point, if you haven't got it, there is a echo sense for you to do. Right, so I've just scheduled an appointment to have a chat with my cousin next week. So yes, so this is what's it. So at this point, you can then actually use the force pull to bring this down. So it allows you to okay, and then here is another secret where you can get another health stim. I think it's pronounced. So I haven't done all that. I know that there is another echo. I think that might have been it. Yes, I think that was it. So sorry, although I thought I'd actually booked this appointment, she's now saying, "Oh, can you give me the time to?" So thankfully, she won't be watching any of these videos I'm doing. So right, so hopefully that thumbs up now means that's the end of that discussion. So let me get back to what's it so I can see exactly where we need to go from here. Right, so one of the things I said in the previous recording that I did, which was cut off when this that if you don't get all the secret essences, false essences, and that, don't worry, because you'll probably find you might complete them on another planet. During the main story without realizing it. So as I say, don't worry about that whatsoever. So right, so yes, I mean what you would have done is actually come up this way to get that distance, but so actually, I say that, but I think it's actually down below. So let me just, because I can come back up here easily enough. It's not a problem. So basically, you'll just go around here. And literally, really and truthfully, it'll bring you to that point there. There is a flaw to this, to me, for this. Right, so basically it'll bring you here, and there's a false echo just there. It's actually below that bit there. So you may actually pick that up earlier on in the game. So don't worry if you miss it. So again, basically this point you go up here, and we're going up here. So again, that bit was below there. I mean, you can actually do that bit before you come up here, and then get the sense echo there. So you then go from there and up there. As I say, when you get that, which you can then go out from here. Right, so what this does is it actually brings you out back to this point here, which if you haven't done this earlier on in North, this is not far from the landing pad is, and you've killed that. There is a sense echo there. Most warships you'll probably pick up fairly early. Right, so once you've done that, by all means still do these, because they do give you, it does give you skill and that. So so when you've done that, just go around here, run up here, and then just down here, right, now the only good thing that came out of that is that I actually said this was a scan point, but the guide actually doesn't indicate that it is. So this is where you come next to get that box once you've beaten all them. Once you've then done that, you need to jump down here. And you go down there, and then what we do is we're then going back this way. And this time you're not, if you haven't already got that, you can grab that on the way, but this time instead of going down the muddy slide bit this way, you're actually going into this bit here. Now in here you can dive down, once you've got the what's it thing for your mouth, and you'll find there's a box just here. As you go around here, there's another box just here. Okay, so when you go back round this way, if you go back, use the X button to swim back up. What you need to be doing is when you get here is to climb up there, which I didn't realise I was as close as I was. And you see the little creatures there, one of the ones that you gain as a extra passenger. What they do is, if you're quick enough, will guide you to this room here if you've not come across it already. So when you come in, just to your right here, there'll be a force echo, or a sense echo I should say, and then BD1 will drop off and he'll come to this point for you to scan something here. If you've not got the dual light point already on Bogano, like I did, or you've got it from another planet, only interact with it then. So if you've already got it from here already, or Bogano, you don't need to interact with it. Only if you've got the dual from another planet, you then only interact with it, okay? So then what will happen is BD1 will then come down, it'll ask you to scan this item here. Once you've done that, you can then leave, and this will take you out, and you'll be able to go up this way.
I heard Jedi can do things no one can. How do we even have a chance? You're too scared. Just blast when you see him.
So this is where it will then bring you.
Pretty sure I told you that before.
I'm a bit nervous now because I look like that was about to freeze. So if I can get across there, I'm going to meditate to save to the point I've got, because I don't want what happened. Although I've got a sneaking suspicion if it does, I'll have to watch it. So as long as I don't fall down the Bogdo thing, then I'll be alright. But I mean, essentially we are getting pretty much near to the end of this anyway, this walkthrough, so I believe I started this at 4:30 UK time in the afternoon, that is, so PM. Sorry, I'm just, although I've done this already with one recording, because I'm skipping ahead, I'm losing track of what I've already done and not done, so I'm just trying to read to keep up to scratch with what I've done so far. I mean, in all essence, unless you really want to gain the extra, what's it, for skill points, you don't actually need to fight any of the creatures or the stormtroopers. You know, as I will show you on my skill tree here, I have pretty much got 4 things I need to get, which I will work on and hopefully will get. Right, so this is, we are getting close to near where we finished now, so hopefully that little break then would have given it time to recover from what it was thinking of. Now, as I say, you can essentially avoid these stormtroopers.
Hey, an intruder! Copy that. Whole squad is down.
Well, not quite. There are a few still here.
That's a blow to morale.
Right, okay, so basically what we're doing is going over here. Now, I've already shown you the actual box that's over there, so I'm not going to bother about that. What we're going to do is grab this one because it's completely 100%. Oh, don't tell me this is spoiled. There, you three-eyed monster.
This thing's got your name all over it.
Right, so.
You jump in there. What is it, BD?
Really? Right, so this will basically take me back down to this bit here. So what I'll do is I'll meditate, because this is a 100% completion now. So if I meditate here, it saves this, and should anything happen on my way back to the Mantis, then but there is a quick and easy way for me to get back to the Mantis, so I can just use that zip line there to get back to it truthfully, so I can avoid what I did before. Yeah, so basically what I was trying to show you was that up there was another box, which I already showed you in the previous episodes anyway, so and to be quite honest, when you swing across that part, you will actually find, or you will see it from where you're swinging anyway, and if you're doing this after the game has completed, the main storyline is completed, then the stormtroopers will be standing actually right near it, so you wouldn't need to worry too much about where to find it. Yeah, so that effectively now 100 completes that. So
Look out! You betcha!
oh,
He's hard to track! Hit him! Blasting again! Yeah, someone else take a hit! Won't survive much longer! Execute the intruder! We will pursue!
yeah, pursue that. Right, so you can probably, I don't know if you just saw that, but that actually had to bring itself back into focus then. So I do know from other gamers that have actually said they've had same issues with this. So now, have they got anything they want to say?
After I lost my family, there was nothing. I was alone on Dothamir.
And when Malicos came?
When he told me the Jedi slaughtered my sisters, I was no longer alone. Anger became my companion.
But you didn't give into it.
No. But to wield anger as a weapon and use hatred as a purpose, that is a feeling I know. And it is hard to resist.
See, I love these little interactions.
Let's talk later, Cal.
She never seems to have anything
Keep
to
going, Cal Kestis.
say. Right, I noticed that Grease isn't outside, so anyway, let's go inside. Let's save on the Mantis, quite frankly, because once we saved on the Mantis,
Hungry, fellas? You know, these guys, they've been through almost as much as we have.
Hang on.
Alright, so once I've saved at this point, I'll be happy and content. So that is officially Bogano 100%ed out. So the next place will be Zepho. So, right, okay,
Heading
Greasers.
from Marin?
The monsters outside, the Empire that's probably still after us, and yes, the witch who raised the dead to kill us.
She's with us, you know.
Yeah, you said that. As long as she doesn't try anything funny, we'll be fine.
She won't. And we will be.
Oh yeah, there's your confidence again. You know, kid, if I had your confidence, I'd be king of the galaxy.
I like how you think.
Do you mind? I'm taking me time.
Fine. Right, so I do believe, if I remember rightly, there should be 9 seeds here, and one of them I need to get from Kashyyyk, which we will do during the walkthrough for that. So I'm quite pleased with that. As much as I like the now, if you look around, you should be able to see our little extra friend. So if it's not under there, under the table there, then he'll be somewhere else on the ship, which if you're very good and clever, you can actually see. So look, there you go, he's just in there, look, in the grating there. I'm surprised, to be honest, that Grease can't see him there. But yes, that's our little stowaway, and that's the one I actually pointed out in the beginning of the first part of this, that you needed to make up the 5 people on the Mantis. Now, I will say that as much as I love the Mantis as a ship, if they're, as I said earlier on, if they're going in and intending to make this into a series EA, because somebody actually announced what EA said on YouTube a few months ago, which is why I make any announcements at the most recent thing that a lot of people seem to be getting obsessed about, because EA had already said that there was going to be a follow-up to this game. So one of the things I would love to see them do is have a bigger ship, because if we end up taking on more people when we're doing that, it would you know, because as I've said at the end of the main storyline, I'd love to see them bring in Eno Cordova in, because they haven't actually stated that he's actually officially dead in this. Seer doesn't seem to know whether he is or not, and I would imagine, as she was his Padawan, that she would sense his presence no longer. So it suggested that they would love to see some cameo appearances, maybe from Luke Skywalker or Yoda, because this is about the time that they would have been hiding, or Ahsoka as well. Possibly somebody else that they could probably bring in is Ezra as well, because apparently there's a lot in this game that has been brought in from both oh look, it's back again, that has been brought into this game that I wasn't aware about. So if you want to see all those little Easter eggs that is in this game, then please, you know, just look out for Easter eggs for Jedi Fallen Order, because unfortunately, because I don't play this on PC, I'm playing it on PlayStation, I do not have the ability to go through the areas that these people are able to do so via PC, to show you those. So if you're interested in that, then please give them a look out, and that, because you know, this as I say, this has got me interested enough to actually want to myself in Star Wars, and certainly from what I am now hearing from some that have been doing things saying, giving updates about what's going on at Lucasfilm and things like that. So I now understand that Kathleen Kennedy will soon be leaving Lucasfilm. She's just wrapping up something that she's been doing, so she's going on to start her own production company, from what I understand. And from what I've seen on YouTube, a lot of those who were involved within the sequels, the last three, that is, sequels from from 7 to 9, were not very, shall we say, very complimentary about Kathleen Kennedy. And there's even an actual video out there on YouTube where Daisy Ridley explains that the ending of The Rise of Skywalker would have been very different. Could have been very different. But unfortunately, whereas George would have had a plan in his head of what was going to happen throughout the whole of those three sequels, didn't seem to happen. And I'm seeing certainly a lot of comments from a lot of the fan base, and those who were definitely formerly, well, I say formerly, did love the actual trilogy sequels, and now they're seeing a lot of this stuff coming out on YouTube about what happened and things like that. They're starting to change their mind about it. So I mean, if you're love the three sequels that happened, power to you. That is up to you and totally your opinion to do so. But I unfortunately do not accept them as canon, purely because there was absolutely no sense of direction or essence to where they were going. Yes, it can be said that a lot of it was down to poor acting, a lot of it could be down to script writing and what's in that, but at the ultimate end, we always say that because I work in retail, there is an expression that we use, is the buck stops with the management. So the people who are in management are the people here I believe to be responsible. So what I'm hearing out there now from a lot of people on YouTube is that Disney gave them a timeline. The scriptwriters for episode 7 were not given much of a chance in order to watch it, and then even as they did, a lot of it, was like, no, we can't accept this, no, we can't accept that, blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. If they'd just shown any respect to George Lucas and gone along with his formula from the beginning, they probably not would have lost so much of the fan base that they did. And in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, with the fact that it's been announced by the guy that's now currently in charge of Disney, that he's asked George Lucas to be temporary president of Lucasfilms. So those who are currently doing the script writing like that for a lot of the TVs for Disney Plus and that, The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano, and things like that. And they're actually drawing a lot on what Disney pushed into Legends, as they're calling them now, canon Legends, to bring into us. So a lot of things that they're actually bringing in. So as we saw, if you have watched The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano, who was thought to have been dead, is now very much alive. And now they're starting to think that the kind of sense from some fans out there that maybe the 3 sequels that just happened could have been an alternative timeline based on Ahsoka coming into the Mandalorian. I don't know whether that will be the case, so please do not hold that to me. Obviously, we'll see what happens as time goes on, but I haven't seen Series 2 of The Mandalorian um, because I am aware of the fact that Ahsoka turned up. Sorry, I'm also much aware of the fact Boba Fett made an appearance. I'm also very much aware of the fact that obviously Luke Skywalker also came in episode 6, which was the last episode of Series 2. So I know there is a lot coming for Disney Plus, and I'm looking forward to that completely. And for me, it will be worth actually paying the $7.99, as it's now gone up to in the UK, to actually watch everything that I or rewatch a lot of stuff that I started watching years ago and just stopped watching, frankly, because at that point I just thought, you know what, this franchise is completely screwed. You know, I am of us are at the current moment. It can be said that the John Favreau and the other guy that's doing, I can't remember his name, that's been doing the Mandalorian and that, they are trying to draw on all aspects of the Star Wars franchise to keep a balance within the Force between those who loved the sequels, last 3 sequels, and to those who didn't. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with those. Absolutely interesting. And I hope that, you know, it does bring balance to the Force for everybody out there. I'm certainly seeing from a lot of comments on YouTubers, things they've been putting up about what is to come in the next few years from Disney Plus and that. That it is bringing a lot of the fan base back. It appears that a lot of the fans that were also fans of the trilogies, the last 3 sequels, are also enjoying what they're seeing as well. So it's a good sign. Anyway, I'm going to end this here now because I've been rabbiting on for nearly enough 15 minutes about my thoughts on what's going on. And hopefully the report sent to PlayStation about my game crashing when it unexpectedly did will be fixed, as they did manage to fix a previous problem that there was within the game. So it may well just be the game itself, because as I say, some YouTubers have already had this issue. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell for when I've uploaded a new video. And I hope you enjoy you completely and utterly enjoy the rest of what's left of your weekend. If you already haven't hit Monday morning already, like they will in Australia, probably, if not soon. So whatever you're doing in the world, enjoy yourself.